Hi, and welcome to this episode where we'll look at wind and water energy sources. So when the wind blows, it rotates a wind turbine, which then turns a generator. And one advantage of that is that it's a renewable source of energy. But some disadvantages are that it's unreliable. And by that we mean that it only produces power when the wind blows. So if there's no wind, no power. So when the wind blows, it rotates a wind turbine, which can then turn the generator. And remember, those disadvantages of wind power are that it is unreliable and it can only be used in sufficiently windy locations. Now, water or hydroelectric power is if water is high enough above the ground, basically it stores gravitational potential energy. Now, an example of this is in a hydroelectric dam, where the hydroelectric dam traps the water and then allows it to fall through turbines, which rotates turbines, and this will then turn the generator. Some advantages of that are that it's renewable and that it's more reliable than wind and solar because you can store the water in a dam and let it through when you need the energy. And disadvantages are that hydroelectric dams are often change the path of rivers, which can move people out of houses and cause harm to the local wildlife. So to recap, the advantages of hydroelectric power are that it is more reliable than wind and solar energy, and it's renewable. And one disadvantage of hydroelectric power is that the electricity used to pump water may have to come from fossil fuels. You can also look at tidal energy. So the waves and tides in the sea are stores of kinetic energy. And tidal and wave power uses this kinetic energy to rotate a turbine, which turns a generator. A disadvantage of that is that the creation of tidal turbines can damage fragile ecosystems in river estuaries. And an advantage is that it's a renewable source of energy. So just to recap that, waves and tides in the sea are stores of kinetic energy. And there are many stores of kinetic energy in the sea, such as tides and waves. When the wind blows, it rotates a wind turbine, which in turn rotates a generator. So to look at an example of hydroelectric power, remember that water high off the ground can store gravitational potential energy, and hydroelectric dams trap water and allow it as it falls, it rotates turbines, which then turn generators. So an example of where this might be is somewhere called the Hoover Dam in the USA, and that generates energy using hydroelectric power. Now, the creation of tidal turbines can damage fragile ecosystems in estuaries. And water is taken and pumped above the Earth's surface, which gives it gravitational potential energy when you are using hydroelectric power. So then the dam allows water to fall through the rotating turbines in the dam, and those turbines convert kinetic energy into electrical energy by using a generator.